Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very
much. Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, welcome to another episode and edition of Roll the Tape podcast with Manager Marty. I am your host, Manager Marty, and we're going to have a good show today. Of course, as you see in the title, we have to ask these two questions, and we have to get some answers today. So I welcome each and every last one of you who are live in living color watching us, joining all around the world. Thank you for your viewership. I welcome all of you who are watching the replay of this live. I really appreciate it. Feel free to provide feedback and engagement in the comment section below. If this is your first time watching and joining the podcast, I want to welcome you as well. Feel free to hit the like button, click on the subscribe button, turn all of the notifications on so you won't miss any of the content that I publish live and even throughout the week. Thank you so very much. Feel free to join the channel. This goes for anybody that's watching live in living color. And for those of you that are watching the replay of this live, please feel free to join the channel. There's 3 different tiers to join as a member of the channel. Very affordable prices and perks are included in each tier. So feel free to be able to engage more and get some behind the scenes content and all kind of other perks that you'll see in the description of each tier when you join as a member of the channel. I'm excited to be here today. I mean, listen, y'all. Devin Haney's name is in the press. Devin Haney's name is in the algorithm of YouTube. Devin Haney's name is basically the topic of majority of the discussions here in the YouTube boxing community. And so we can't shy away from using the opportunity to ask the question that's in the title today. Now, I flew the link out there. It's in the chat. Oh, I definitely flew the kite out there. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Anybody can join in live and live in color. I don't want to answer the question myself alone. I love engagement. I love feedback. So I know that the chat is going to be popping. But I also encourage people to join in. Let's have a discussion about it. It doesn't matter if you are a fan of Devin Haney. Does not matter if you're not a particular fan of Devin Haney. What matters is that you are a fan of what? The sport of boxing. Okay? Click the link anytime during the duration of this podcast today. Click the link. Let's talk about it. I mean, I could just tell you what I think, but I'd rather wait because I want to hear how you think. I want to hear your perspective. I want to hear what you believe. Is Devin Haney a star or a superstar? Let's talk about it. His name has been in the press all week since Saturday. Really before that, the build up of the fight, but I mean definitely after Saturday. He won. He's a multi-division world champion, the youngest world champion in that division of 135. Unified, that is. Got to put the word unified in there. Now he's a champion at 140. He captured all the belts in the four belt era as a lightweight. And I think that he's trying to move up to 147 pounds, according to his father. Bottom line is, the question is Devin Haney a star or a superstar? I'm looking forward to people that's watching live to join the panel today. This is open panel. Join in. Don't sit back and just chill. Let's make this a great show today. Let's make it entertaining for people that's watching live and living color and those that will watch the replay of this live. Because everybody want to know the answer to that question. And of course, the second part of that question is his dad, Bill Haney. Is he helping the brand or is he hurting the brand? And we're going to dive into all of that. But before we do, y'all already know how we do. When we start off our segments, we got to start with our icebreaker, our Town Watch check-in. We going right in today. Yeah, we are going right in today. Town Watch check-in. And if you don't know what a Town Watch check-in is, here on this channel is very unique to us. It's something that I came up with to lay the foundation in, before every live segment that we do. Why? Because in the segment, after laying the foundation, we're going to see and experience that there are going to be people in the chat, people in the comment section that's watching the replay of this live, and people that join the panel that may have different perspectives, that may have different opinions, that may have different points of views, and all perspectives are welcome here on this channel. But the way that I set the foundation is by doing a Town Watch check-in where everybody can insert their city, state, island, and or country in the chat. I publicly acknowledge it. Yes, it's a form of an icebreaker, but also it's just an acknowledgement that basically we all are from different geographical locations, just like we all have different opinions, different perspectives, and different points of views. But the great thing about it is we share one thing in common, and that is our love for the sport of boxing. Okay, so everybody can participate. We're going right in today because we need answers. We need answers to these questions. I'm opening the panel up. Come on in. You don't have to come in right this second because we're about to do the Town Watch check-in. But after the Town Watch check-in, my expectation is that people that want to provide their perspective, if you are a Devin Haney fan or not, if you are a Bill Haney fan or not, that's not the point. The point is, if you are a boxing fan, we need to hear from you. All right, I done said enough. Let's do the Town Watch check-in. We're definitely not going to belabor how long we're going to do this for. But we're going to do the Town Watch check-in. I started off first, and we going right in. Y'all ready? I need the energy. See, what happens is when we do the Town Watch check-in, right? That increases what? The energy exponentially. It also increases the viewership exponentially. All right, so engagement, feedback, that's the key. We about to jump right into it. Y'all know how we do. I'm going to start it off first. And then I'm going to run down a list of Town Watch check-ins that are in the chat. And then we're going to move forward with the show. Y'all ready? Okay, y'all know how I do. I'm representing the entire DFW area. Yes, salute to the state of Texas. Everybody know I represent where I resided. Arlington, Texas. Mansfield section, Tarrant County to be exact. And I'm also representing my hometown, where I was born and raised. The city of Philadelphia. No, not in Mississippi. Some people don't even realize that there is a Philadelphia in the state of Mississippi. Nope, I'm talking about on the East Coast in Pennsylvania. The city of Philly. They say it's the city of brotherly love. Now you got Philadelphia Eagles fans and the Philadelphia media that call that unstoppable move that the Philadelphia Eagles do, they call it the brotherly shove. Well, I don't want to bring this up because we are talking about boxing, but I'm going to bring it up anyway since I mentioned the state of Texas and then I mentioned Philly. Well, the brotherly shove wasn't enough Sunday night, speaking of Texas and Philadelphia, when the Dallas Cowboys crushed the Philadelphia Eagles. I just wanted to put that out there. All right, back to boxing. Y'all know where I'm from. Where are you from? City, state, island, and or country. Let's get it in. Ohio. All day, every day in the building. Salute to my guy, Andre Noble. 12 threes. I see you, big dog. Representing Virginia. Come on, y'all. Let's check on in. Let's check on in. We got to listen, man. We need answers. It's about time. Philly in the building, I see you. Listen, y'all, we got to check in because we need answers to the questions that's in your title. Larry Lopez, what's up, Larry? Hey, Larry. Larry always provide feedback in my comment section. Most of it is not favorable. But I want to say to Larry Lopez, thank you, Larry, because you always provide feedback in the chat and even in the comments section. Everybody don't always have to agree with me, but I want to salute you, Larry. Thank you for your viewership and your feedback. Appreciate that. I think you're trying to say NorCal. NorCal, Larry? Is that North California? What is NorCal? Well, while Larry's about to tell us where he's from so I can salute him and acknowledge his location in our Town Watch check-in, I have to support and salute Detroit, Michigan in the house. Duval in the building, I see you. Woo! Listen, if you think it's cold where you are on the East Coast, it ain't that cold. Not compared to Alaska. My guy, Cash Crypto in the building, I see you. Northern California. I knew that's what it said, Larry. I just didn't want to make no mistake. Northern California, I see you in the building. Cooking with Frank, my guy. Cooking with Frank, that's my guy. Where you from, Cook? Come on, Frank, talk to us. Red Oak, Texas. I see you, Gil, in the chat. Let's go. Come on, y'all. The viewership is slowly increasing. We needed to increase exponentially. And so we need to get this Town Watch check-in going on. My man, Shawnee D from Iowa, is in the building. He always say he from Antarctica, but we already know Detroit 313 in the building. I see you, Crispy Chris. Come on, y'all. Let's check on in. Woo! Y'all know when manager Marty clap. Y'all know what that means. That means I'm hyped. I'm excited. Listen to Cash Crypto in the chat, y'all. click that like button. Smash it for the algorithm. Y'all know YouTube got me on punishment. Put my viewership at 100, 200, 300 views. Come on, man. And the content be on fire. But I'm on punishment. We take the good with the good, bad with the bad. We don't complain. It's all good. We're going to bring the numbers back up. I don't know what I said wrong. I am the most controversial YouTuber in the boxing community. So it all depends on who and what we talk about. But we talk about everybody that represents boxing. You know what I mean? Detroit, always. Who else we got in here? Let's check on in. Can I get one more check in? Because we about to get this thing started. And listen, y'all, let me say this one more time for those that are just coming in. We have the link pinned to the top of the chat. Feel free to click on the link. I have a question for everybody. Whether you are a fan of Devin Haney or not, it's not important. If you are a fan of boxing, that question is for you. Is Devin Haney a star or a superstar? Second question, is Bill Haney his father and trainer? Is he hurting the brand or is he helping the brand? We need answers. Can I get another check-in before we move on? Can I get one more check-in? Yeah, we're going to listen, somebody about to check on in. Yeah, I feel it. Somebody going to check in? Yes, indeed. We don't have one more? If we don't, we'll move on. But if we got one more, I don't want to leave nobody out. Can I get one more check-in? That's it? No more check-in? All right, cool. Let's move on. All right, now listen. I got to show my face every show. Got to show my face now. Now, before we get to Devin Haney, I promise y'all, this is not a lie. I would never lie to you all. Just about an hour ago, I'm scrolling down YouTube, and there's an interview that came out. Let me get the date because I don't even know. It was in my feed 13 days ago. Some of y'all might have seen this interview. November 30th, 13 days ago. The gentleman, Mill City Boxing, he conducted an interview with Terrence Crawford's coach, Bernie Davis, keeps it 100 on Jaron Ennis and Terrence Crawford. Twitter bear, but I think he meant to say beef. Beer, but I think he meant to say Twitter beef. And Bernie the boxer, that's who, anyway, he spoke on Jaron Ennis. He said some interesting things. I just wanted to hear what his take was on the situation. And I wanted y'all to hear it as well. I wanted to hear your take on it in the chat, in the comment section if you're watching the replay of this live. And of course, the link is definitely pinned to the top of the chat. Feel free to click on it at any time if you want to join in. I wanted to get you all's take on it. And then I wanted to provide my analysis on the things that Bernie Davis, or Bernie the Boxer, as he's known on YouTube, the trainer or one of the training staff members of Terrence Bud Crawford. And he was asked about, Boots, you know what, I'm doing way too much talking. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that? And then like the whole Terrence Crawford situation, them going back and forth on the social media. It's obviously a topic.
Yeah, well, I think we already set those things in stone when like I say, Boots was WBO mandatory. He never took that for whatever the promotional reason or whoever he aligned with. He chose to go the IBF route, even though he was ranked by the WBO mandatory challenger. So was Danny Garcia. So was Virgil Ortiz. Everybody passed up the fight for the WBO championship. So, yeah, he didn't. And like they say, they had him on $1 million worth of game. And they asked you, well, when did you do the fight? What did you do to contact? Who did you contact to fight me? He couldn't say. And the dad was, but now when people get pushed in a corner, now they want to talk and they want to feel like, their pride is on there, you know what I'm saying? So that was just it, I think to me, just me personal, it's like he's so thirsty to be a champion or to have that he'd take it like that. Because, again, this is December, January, February. Excuse me, this is November. This is the end of the year. You knew going into the fights that these guys is going to be tangled up. They the two long-reigning champions of the division. They're going to be doing their thing for the next, 2 fights.
I just want to stop it there. What's y'all take on it in the chat? I want to hear somebody's take on it when they click the link too. Listen, y'all, we can't pick and choose when we want to click the link. You know why? Because we talk boxing, right? Click that link, man. Everybody like to, hide behind the cameras. I'm talking about the certain fan base that do this. I'm not talking about you all in the chat. You all are supporters of the channel. The people that are biased is who I'm referring to. This is the time where the link needs to be clicked. When we see names like Devin Haney, you know what I mean? When we see names like Bill Haney, when we see names like Terrence Crawford, we know that there's certain fan bases of those fighters that I just mentioned, with the exception of Bill Haney. But people got a lot to say in my comment section, in my chat, and other people's comment sections and whatnot. So now when the opportunity comes to click the link, a lot of people don't want to click it. But you know me, I put the link out there, pin it to the top. Let's have a discussion about it. You know what I mean? Because all week for the last couple of days, there were people in my comment section calling me a Devin Haney hater, saying I'm hating on the young guy. So I want them people to come click the link. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. But we're going to get to that in 1 second. Did y'all hear what Bernie the Boxer said? He basically said that Boots Ennis ducked Terrence Crawford. He was a mandatory with the WBO, and he did not take the opportunity to fight Crawford. He fought Karen. Now, he didn't say that in the little piece that I just played for you, but I'm going to play more, and you'll hear him make a reference about the Karen fight that Boots fought in. And he also talked about how Boots went the IBF route instead of the WBO route. And I wanted to hear your take on that in the chat, in the comment section. And of course, anybody can come on up and give their perspective on it. And he basically said Boots ducked Terrence Crawford. Let's hear more.
Just sit back and be cool. Just wait your turn and see what happens now. Again, you got to get your chance, but if Crawford ain't fighting Spence, then he going to either move up or fight you. That's it. Either he retiring, moving up, fight Canelo, or, So I feel like just be everybody's already anointing you and doing all that. That's cool for right now. I would rather have that being the uncrowned king than with a bullshit belt.
All right, let me stop. I was confused by something that he said. I wanted to make sure that, that we're on the same page. Now, here's the thing, right? I believe this with all my heart. Every person has a right to have a perspective. Every person, whether people agree or disagree, right? He said that Boots was thirsty to be a champion. You know, I was trying to understand what he meant, you know, by that. And, he also said that either Terrence Crawford is going to fight Boots, move up to fight Canelo, or basically retire. Now, the thing that confused me about that is we heard Terrence Crawford speak on that. He even tweeted on it. Terrence Crawford basically said that he don't want to fight Jaron Boots Ennis because Jaron Boots Ennis is not a draw. In other words, is he'll have a higher risk with low reward fighting Boots. But now Bernie the Boxer is saying that Terrence Crawford might fight him. That's interesting to me. And I want to make this reference since Canelo Alvarez's name was brought up in the sweepstakes for Terrence Crawford. I find it very interesting. I don't care how people get mad. I don't care how people get mad. I tell the truth and I tell it like it is. I call it straight down the middle, up and down. Y'all know this already. That's why you rock with Manager Marty, right? And I have to be honest. I have to maintain integrity. I have to be me, regardless of what other people say and do. But I had a question about something. Is it me, or it seemed like most of the fighters on the snack program are always itching to move up and up and up and up with ease? I don't know if that's me or that's just my observation. Maybe I should say it that way. It's like Caleb Plant. He was on the snack program. He moved up. David Benavidez snack program. He moved up. Terrence Crawford snack program. Now he's talking about moving up. I mean, significantly moving up too to 168. Devin Haney snack program moved up 5 pounds, no problem. But now he's talking about, or his dad rather is talking about, moving all the way up to 47. 147. Moving up. Mario Barrios snack program moving up. I mean, I'm not trying to insinuate anything, but I find it interesting that when you go back and listen, get my other hand out, listen to the Netflix documentary, because that's triggering, my observations, the Netflix documentary, about moving up in weight and getting bigger and stronger and different things of that nature. I just thought that was interesting because Bernie the Boxer said that Crawford is interested in fighting Canelo Alvarez. Like, that's a serious fight. Like, that's not for show. They're not just saying Canelo's name for clout. They really seriously believe that Bud can comfortably go up to 168 to fight Canelo. I don't know. Let's continue this.
That's me, myself. And I'm saying this. Just because you don't have to accept the belt. You don't have to accept it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to accept the belt. Like he said, fight somebody, fight anybody, fight a contender for the title, number 3 guy. Fight somebody for the title. You know, make that, go down the list and, you know, shit.
All right. I don't want to play the guy Mill City's whole stuff. I don't do that stuff to people's content. But he's saying that Boots should fight. When he was with the WBO, he should fight, I guess, different ranked fighters. Whoever was number 3, whoever was number 5, whoever was number 4. Here's the issue I have with that from Bernie the Boxer, right? How can you say that Boots should fight someone who's ranked? Well, when Boots was ranked number 2 in the WBO, that's what he's referring to. How can you say Boots should fight the number 3 and number 4, number this and number that before going straight up to fight Crawford when that's not something that Bud Crawford did himself? I mean, Bud Crawford didn't fight the guy who was ranked number 1, did he? He didn't fight the guy who was ranked number 2, which was at that time Boots Ennis. He didn't fight the guy who was ranked number 3, number 4, or number 5. He actually fought the guy who was ranked number 6 in David Evanesian. So that's where I'm a little confused by him telling Boots to do something that Bud didn't even do. Just my observation. You know what I mean? And at that time, let's keep it all the way 100. Boots fought the guy Karen in January. The same month, which is what I exposed on this channel. The same month that Bozy got a phone call from Blue Blood on behalf of BLK Prime. You're about $1 short and a month or 2 or 3 late. But anyway, Crawford fought David Evanesian a month before that in December. The point that I'm making is Terrence Crawford did not want to fight Jaron Ennis. He didn't want to fight him then, and he don't want to fight him now. His words, not mine. So somebody can say, well, Manager Marty, how can you say with a straight face that Terrence Crawford didn't want to fight Boots or didn't have the opportunity for Boots to fight him? I'll just take Terrence Crawford's words himself. And I think this is something that Bernie the Boxer didn't include in his statement. I'll include it in mine. In November, a month before Terrence Crawford fought David Evanesian, he did an IG Live, an Instagram Live. We all heard it. And he spoke in third person and said, people always say, I might be paraphrasing, people always say, why you ain't fight Ortiz or why you ain't fight Boots? And his response was, because Boots' name never came up. Those were the words of Bud Crawford. He said Boots' name never came up. So if Boots' name never came up, how can people then say that Boots detoured not to fight Crawford when Crawford is telling the people and everybody in the world that, man, Boots wasn't even an option, basically, because his name never came up. But we already know that neither did David Evanesian's name. David Evanesian's name never came up. It was only one name that came up in association with Terrence Crawford, and that was Errol Spence. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is we have to deal with what's real. We can't keep having selective outrage on YouTube. We got to stick to the facts at hand and deal with it. And y'all know my saying, or one of my sayings, stand on what you do. Stand on what you say. You're going to say something, you got to stand on it. If you do something, you got to stand on it. That's life. That's a principle of life. That don't have nothing to do with YouTube, but it still applies to YouTube. If you say something, you got to stand on it. If Crawford is saying that Boots' name never came up, he got to stand on it, which he didn't. He went on $1 Million Worth of Game, Gilly and Wallow's show, and he basically spent it a different way. But my point is, you got to keep that same energy. If the young man's name never came up, if that's what you're saying in November, 6 months later, you got to say that again. 3 months later, when you go on $1 Million Worth of Game or any interview about Boots, you got to keep say that what you said a couple months ago. Keep it that way. Don't make it seem like somebody ducked. And that's the issue that I see here, the pattern. People on YouTube, fans of fighters, some content creators too, but I'm just saying in general, on the YouTube boxing streets, in the YouTube boxing community, everybody want to throw the word duck, duck, duck out there. Hold on for a minute. Let's deal with all the facts first before we label someone a duck. You know what I mean? Like, for example, people were saying that Shakur Stevenson ducked Devin Haney. But Shakur Stevenson, he stood on principle when he jumped in that ring. Y'all remember he jumped in the ring, right? I'm talking about after the fight between Devin Haney and Lomachenko. Shakur Stevenson, he stood on his word and he jumped in that ring. And Devin Haney jumped out of that ring. At least that's what I saw. I saw them have like a 5-second encounter and then he jumped out the ring. Now, I also heard the reason for him getting out of the ring from Bill Haney himself in an interview. I don't know if y'all heard that interview. And I can't even remember where the interview was at. But Bill Haney was in an interview. And he was asked, why didn't Devin Haney exchange with Shakur after the Lomachenko fight to kind of build it up, since y'all said y'all sent him a contract or y'all sent him an offer? And I heard Bill Haney with my own ears say the reason why Devin Haney quickly left out of the ring while Shakur Stevenson was there is because they were trying to get out of there for safety reasons, because they didn't want people to start throwing items at them because he just beat Lomachenko. Meaning that people in the crowd, I guess Lomachenko fans, I mean, that's the only people in the crowd that I can see who Bill would be referring to, will start throwing things at them, physically throwing stuff at them. So for safety measures, Devin Haney basically just hurriedly jumped out that ring. And I don't care if you're a fan of Devin Haney or not. I want to tell you like this here. Manager Marty don't want to hear that. Manager Marty don't want to hear that. Manager Marty Luther King don't want to hear that. Manager Marty X don't want to hear that. Manager Marty Cochran don't want to hear that. And Manager Marty Joe Clark. All of the characters that I've presented to you all, we don't want to, none of us, we don't want to hear it. And the reason why I don't want to hear it, I will tell you why. And I'm not hating either. We're talking like men and we're talking like boxing fans. And I'm including boxing fans for women as well. Is because when Lomachenko got finished fighting his last fight before the Haney fight, Haney jumped in the ring on Lomachenko. And what I saw on TV, I didn't see nobody throwing anything at the Haneys. When he jumped in the ring, y'all remember what I'm talking about, at the Lomachenko fort. He jumped in the ring to promote that thing. Telling the world, yeah, I want to fight Loma. And he told Loma to his face, yeah, I want to fight you. Let's get it on. I didn't see not one Loma fan throw nothing at the Haneys. Not in the ring. I didn't see it. Now, I'm not saying that when they left, people wasn't throwing stuff at them. I don't know. But in that ring, I didn't see not one Lomachenko or nobody else throw nothing at Devin Haney when he confronted Lomachenko after his fight. You got to stand on what you do. So if you was cool with jumping in the ring to confront Loma, when Shakur jump in the ring and confront you, you got to stand right there and deal with it. I don't think I'm saying nothing wrong. I might be saying something wrong. But what do y'all have to say about that in the chat? Now, I would love to hear somebody's perspective. Click the link. Let's talk about it. We got to get these answers to the questions that's in the title today. I want to even know I want to know the answer. Anybody in the chat? Do anybody understand what I'm trying to say? What's good for the goose is good for the what? Gander. You got to keep that same energy. If you jump in the ring and confront Lomachenko, then when Shakur Stevenson jump in the ring and confront you, you got to stand right there and y'all go back and forth like you did Lomachenko. You see what I'm saying? You got to stand what you do. We got to stand on what we say and do, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Salute to everybody that's acknowledging me in the chat. I see you. We got to stand on what we do. For example, Bill Haney said some unfavorable things about what he would do with Tank Davis's mother. Y'all, I don't know if y'all remember that. You know what I mean? Now you going to talk about somebody's mom. Y'all guys, oh, okay, all right. Now y'all got to rumble in the ring behind that. Tank Davis said some things in response as well. You know what I mean? But my point is, everybody got to stand on what they say and do. That's just what it is. I don't know how to make it cute. That's what it is. Especially in boxing. Come on, we're not talking about, we're not playing tennis here. You know what I mean? And tennis is a very hard sport. What I'm saying, this is a contact sport. This is boxing. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is we got to stand on what we say and do. For another example, this is facts. We can't hide from this. Now, I want to ask the chat a question. We need answers. And I dare anybody to click the link that disagrees with this question I'm about to ask. Now, if you agree with the question, you can click the link too. But if you disagree, I welcome you as well, is what I mean. What weight was Shakur Stevenson going to fight Devin Haney at? I need somebody in the chat to kind of help me understand that. I was going to speak on this yesterday. And well, actually, let me back up. I was going to speak on this on Monday. But I wanted to address that content creator first. And I didn't want to belabor the point because I was trying to get other people to engage on the panel when it came to Devin Haney's win and all of that. I didn't want to bring Shakur up in it yet. And I was going to do it yesterday. And I said, you know what, I'm going to wait. I should have done it yesterday, but it's cool. I'm going to do it today. The question I'm talking about. What weight was Devin Haney going to fight Shakur Stevenson at? And I'm talking about when Bill Haney got on the different YouTube channels and said that they sent Shakur Stevenson an offer. And I believe their teams did have some kind of conversation. But I want to know what the offer, where they was talking about 25%. And then after Shakur fought a couple weekends ago, Devin Haney got on Twitter and said, with this performance, and I'm paraphrasing, I should have offered you, 10%? Is that what he said? But I'm trying to figure out what weight was y'all going to fight at. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I was going to bring all this up Monday, but why not now? Let me see what the chat talking about. Our show. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, they said 140? Oh, no. Hold up. Oh, went to 140. Okay, so 135. 135. Okay. Oh my gosh. That was the answer I thought too. I want to make sure I wasn't tripping. So everybody in the chat thus far said that when Bill Haney sent an offer, whether it was on paper or not, of this 25% to fight Shakur Stevenson, it was going to be at the 135 weight class, from what people telling me in the chat. I figured that as well. So I got a question on that. If Devin Haney, according to his dad, Bill Haney now, was going to fight Shakur Stevenson at 135, my question is, why is Bill Haney now saying that Tank Davis got to bring his fat ASS up to 140 for this fight with Devin Haney? I want to understand. I don't want to assume. In other words, what was the difference between fighting Shakur Stevenson at 135 than fighting Tank Davis at 135? I just want somebody to answer. Do anybody have an answer to that? I was confused by that. I've always been confused by it. But like I said, I don't like just doing haphazard stuff on YouTube. I like to have purpose when we talk. You know what I mean? That's why I waited till the fight was over to bring it up. And then, of course, Bill Haney opened the floodgates over the weekend when he said, Tank. And he told Tank to move up to 140. So that's why I just wanted some help understanding that. Because when I keep bringing up different points like this, instead of people answer my question or give me some logical explanation, my comment section is blowing up with you hating on Devin Haney. You trying to build your channel off of hating on another black man. This is what a comment in the video I published earlier said. I'm like, you see what I'm saying? I just want to know the answers to just these questions. That's all. I don't think I'm asking for too much. I don't ask for anything, but just answers. You know, that's all we want as boxing fans. Just answers. You know? Because here's the thing. There's several things that work in the favor of Devin Haney. Salute to you, Brian. I see you in the chat acknowledging me. There's several things that's in the favor of Devin Haney when we talk about him fighting Tank Davis. Number one, these are advantages. Let's be clear. Number one, Devin Haney has a great height advantage over Tank Davis. So that's the first advantage, height. He also have a weight advantage. He's the naturally bigger fighter. He also have a reach advantage by his arms being longer. He also has the speed advantage, hands and feet. And there's another advantage that he has. Hold on one second. I have to go and retrieve the other advantage he has. Hold on. We got to deal with it. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but it don't make a difference. As long as it's true. That's all we got. Long as we standing on truth now. That's 4 advantages that I just mentioned. And now this is the 5th one. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, strength and conditioning, baby. He got the snack program. That's 5 advantages right there. And on top of all of those 5 advantages that favor Devin Haney, this will also be his biggest payday in his entire career put together. Guaranteed. Okay, somebody can say I'm assuming, and I might be. So let's not assume. At least in his last 3 or 4 fights, I'll just say 4 fights. In his last 4 or 5 fights, that will not even be equivalent to the money that he will make fighting Tank Davis. That's 6 reasons right there alone that Devin Haney should take this fight with Tank Davis. I'm just saying. Cooking with Frank already knew what I was going to go get. All things knew what I was going to go get. You see what I'm saying? So the question becomes again, what's the difference between fighting Shakur at 135 and fighting Tank Davis at 135? Because if you sent Shakur Stevenson an offer, 25% is what we heard. The question was, for all the new viewers that's coming in, because the viewership is increasing exponentially, the question was, well, at what weight was this offer in the contract or in the agreement stipulated at? 135. When Devin Haney still was the 135 lightweight unified champion. Okay, so then why does Tank Davis have to move up to 140? I'm just asking questions. See, it's nothing to get mad at. You understand? It's nothing to get mad at. This is just questions, and we need answers because this is the topic of these discussions for the last several months, because Bill Haney is coming out and he's saying things. So now it's making people question it. You know? Now let me deal with something. I got to deal with this. I got to deal with it. I'm going to pull it up right now. I'm going to pull it up right now. And we got to deal with this. Okay? We have to deal with the facts. Because I seen somebody talk about weight. W-E-I-G-H-T. Now, I already know the answer to this question. I already know it already. You see, because my job as a manager is to study fighters, and I study fighters. Okay? I'm going to ask y'all the question. I just want to hear what y'all have to say about it. Okay? Now, the only reason I'm pulling this up is because I want to make sure that y'all see me do it so that nobody can say I'm just making it up, only because I might not be able to post it to the screen at this moment. Okay? Now I have a question. I just have one question. Because somebody brought up weight, right? I brought up weight. Okay. We're going to ask this question. Now, I want y'all to physically see me do this. There's a reason why I'm doing this. Hold on. I want to make sure we get all the answers correct. Since we keep talking about the weight issues, that's what we keep hearing about, right? Okay. So everybody keep bringing up all the time. All right. Now, I have a question about something. In the year of 2017, this is a trivia question for Devin Haney fans. And the reason why I'm only saying Devin Haney fans There's a reason why. There's a reason why. Because I keep hearing people say to me, Manager Marty, you're making up excuses about the weight. And I'm like, how? So I'm just asking the Devin Haney fan a question. Now, if you're not a Devin Haney fan, you can answer the question as well. But I'm only asking the Devin Haney fans because they're the ones that have been targeting me all week. So I have a question. In 2017, when Devin Haney fought Miguel Angel Perez, what weight did he weigh in at? What was his weight that he weighed in at? Let me ask the question again. Trivia question. 2017, Devin Haney fought Miguel Angel Perez. What weight did he weigh in at for that fight? I'm talking about on the night of the weigh-in. Could be the morning of the weigh-in too. But I'm just using that as a reference. The day of the weigh-in. The official weigh-in for that fight. What did Devin Haney weigh in at? 2017, trivia question. Don't StreamYard do like music in the background and all that? I should put some music on. I don't know how to do it though, so I'm gonna fall back. Relax, Jason. I just need answers. I want to show you what I'm getting at. I just want answers. I'm trying to understand what the fans that been criticizing me all week been talking about. All right, somebody says 135. Somebody says 135. Somebody says 135. Most people are saying 135 in the chat. Let me see if I can get this up here. Let me see something real quick. Anybody else? Somebody else just said 130. Let me see something. Boom. Somebody did their homework and did some research. Y'all see that on your screen? Do y'all see that on your screen? Salute Many Face Publishing. I see you. And yes, Many Face Publishing crazy. Woo! Y'all see that though? On your screen right there? Huh? Did y'all see that right there? You might not ever get this on no other content creators channel. So we glad that you're here participating. I appreciate it. Let me see if we can do this one time. I want y'all to see this real quick. Hold on. All right, y'all see that, right? Did y'all see that? 2017? Oh, okay. He weighed in at 139, right? 139. That what he weighed in at, right? That was in 2017. Okay. The other guy weighed in at, I think, 136 and a quarter pound. Yeah. I didn't hear a lot of Devin Haney fans answer the question. That was a trivia question. If you're a fan of Devin Haney, that was a trivia question. You ought to have known that. You ought to have known that answer. You see, what I recognize is some people are not fans of certain fighters. They jump on a bandwagon when a fighter start winning, right? And then if you say something unfavorable about the fighter because they like them, then they start coming at you as a content creator. I realize that. I told y'all before, and I'm gonna keep telling you all week. I've been on YouTube now. Y'all know how long. But my point is, I realized something. It's not facts over feelings. That's what when I first got on this YouTube, because I ain't know nothing about how to get on YouTube. When I first got on here, I kept hearing other people say facts over feelings. I'm like, why do they keep saying that? What are they referring to when they say facts over feelings? And then I started listening more to the streets on YouTube and trying to understand how this stuff works. You know what I mean? But then I recognized something. I recognize that ain't no such thing as no facts over feelings on YouTube. What I recognize and discovered is it's fighters over facts. That's what it is. It's fighters over facts. Now, the reason why I pointed that out about Devin Haney being 139 back in 2017, well, he's the naturally bigger guy. He's been the naturally bigger guy, and younger, of course, but he's been the naturally bigger guy even before he fought for a world title, even against his opposition. So what I'm basically saying is, you can't criticize Tank Davis. If Tank Davis say, I don't want to move up to 140, just because Bill Haney is saying, bring your fat ASS up here to 140. You see my point? Because the bottom line is that Tank Davis did fight Mario Barrios. And to my understanding, after he knocked the guy out, he haven't fought at that weight class no more. That's all I'm saying. What up, 2 Cents Boxing? One of the supervisors of the Road to Tape Film crew. Double salute. Good to see you, sis. Let me show 2 Cents Boxing. She just got here. The trivia question, 2 Cents, to Devin Haney fans. And I'm not talking about all Devin Haney fans, just the ones that keep targeting me all week since I've been talking about Devin Haney. I asked them a trivia question in 2017. The trivia question was, before I posted this on the screen, 2 Cents Boxing. The trivia question was, in 2017, when Devin Haney fought Miguel Angel Perez, what was his weight that he weighed in at? And most people thought that it was 135, but I haven't heard a Devin Haney fan answer. So now I went to go put it on the screen. 139 pounds. That was in 2017. Just wanted to point that out. Okay. So I understand if the young man can't make the weight. I understand if he can't make the weight. You know, but if you can't make the weight now, if you can't make the weight, there's something wrong with that program you're on. Now somebody's gonna say, Manager Marty, here you go again. It's not Manager Marty, here I go again. It's what the advertisement of the snack program is saying. The advertisement says, as you can see it on your screen, that the snack offer products that improve your level of fitness and help lose fat and build muscle. Oh, and enhance performance. So if the snack program is not helping you lose fat and gain muscle, which we know it is. We know it is improving the level of fitness. We know that. And we also know that it enhances performances. So I'm just saying, the program works. It's only 5 pounds, right? 135, 140. All right. Timothy. Tim,
Yo,
Tim. Can I call you Tim?
yeah, you call me Tim.
Appreciate it, Tim. This is your first time up here, right?
Yeah, but I watch you all the time.
Appreciate your viewership, man, and I appreciate you joining us today. How you feeling, my brother?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I just seen Devin do his thing. Shit, I feel like the fight between Devin and Tank gotta be at 140 for it to be fair, bro. His eyes were sucked into his skull like a zombie at 135. Don't even get him the fuck out at 135.
Your phone, Tim, can you hear me? Your phone was going in and out. Can you say that again?
Oh, I said, if they fight, if Tank and Devin fight, I feel like it gotta be at 140 for it to be fair, because Devin, his eyes were sunk into his skull, and everybody call him pillow fist. So it's only fair to be at 140 where his equal, where he actually feels comfortable and is healthy. His eyes ain't stuck into his skull. He got a little bit of power to keep up with Tank. Tank, we already seen what Tank gonna do at 140.
So I had a question about that. So are you saying yeah, that's the ambulance in the background?
Yeah, they passing by.
Yeah, I know where they going at. I know where they going at. They going over there to World Combat Sports because I broke his ego. Yeah, I injured his ego. So they gonna go they gonna go stitch him up, give him some band-aids. Yeah, I know where they going. So I have a question. Right? So
Yeah.
are you saying that if the fight is at 135, that Devin won't have an advantage because he don't have power? Or are you saying that because he can't make the weight, that Tank Davis will have all the advantages? Which one are you saying?
Yeah. I feel like both low key. He ain't gonna have no power, no from everybody about.
Your
And
phone, hey Tim, your phone keep going in and out, Tim.
bad, my bad. Let me get to a good area.
Say that again.
Good. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you clear now.
I feel like
Is Hey Tim, try to go out and come back in. Try to go out and come back in. Can you hear me? I don't think Tim can hear us. I think he was. Damn, I don't want to misinterpret him. I think he was trying to say because Devin may not have enough power to keep Tank off of him. So if he got more weight on him, it'll give him, or make it an even playing field. Because Tank is a stop, Lucky. Tank is a power puncher. Lucky crazy with that. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, Luck. I thought about that, but I ain't want to bring that up because first time up here. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, what do y'all think about it? Somebody else can click the link. You know what I mean? Hopefully Tim get a chance to come back on. I mean, what y'all think about what he was trying to say? The guy Tim. Somebody click the link. Come on, man. We're gonna talk, man. It don't make no difference who come up. Come on through. But see, here's my thing though. I got to call this thing down the middle, man. I got to call it down the middle, Jason. Okay? This has nothing to do with the skill level. skill level of Devin Haney, what I'm about to say. If what Tim is saying is something that's on the minds of the Haneys, you know what I mean? As far as why they want to have this fight at 140, once again, it got to stand on what you say and do. Then why was they talking like they wanted to fight Tank at 135? You see what I'm saying? Why go on social media and say, we want Tank? Yeah, we want him. We gonna rumble him. He got on the Boxing Voice FaceTime with Calvin Ford. My son gonna knock Tank the F out. That's what he said. So if that's the case, that y'all want to go up to 140, and I'm talking about before they fought Lomachenko and all that, then why was y'all pump faking saying 35, 135? Y'all should have just kept it 100. Like, yo, let's 140. That's what I'm saying. We got to stand what we say and do. And everybody knows Tank the A side. So you can't just make no demands. Just like, watch this. I said it yesterday. I'm not hating, y'all. We talking facts, okay? Just like Bill Haney felt like, if he did really talk to Matias's manager, just like he felt whoever he was on the phone with from Matias's team that told him 4 million, 4 million, he felt like, whoa, 4 million, like, how y'all gonna make that kind of demand? Well, that's the same thing Tank Davis can say. How y'all gonna make a demand for me to come out of my weight class to fight y'all when y'all was at my weight class and y'all didn't fight me? It's the same principles, y'all. We got to stay in what we do. So the question now is, because the viewership is increasing, and I would love for anybody to click the link, come on up, let's answer these questions. The question now, Tim is back. I'll hold my question because I think Tim is back. Tim, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, go ahead. Now, what were you saying again, Tim?
Forgot what we was at. I think I was saying that is more fair at 140
For Tank, for Devin.
Yeah, because he's huge already.
So if that's the case, why wouldn't they say that before? Like, let's say 2-3 years ago. Why didn't they just say, look, we want to fight Tank at 140? Huh?
That's what I was trying to get at.
Okay.
That time they was on that mission to become one Salvation Army. Whether they kill themselves or not, I think they was just willing to prove that they had the skill. That's why I think he gave Shakur Stevenson the opportunity, because they knew they was going to move up. But he I feel like they just say, like, you know, they just ran with it, like.
Okay. So do you?
I'm honestly not a fan of no boxer no more after what Terrence Crawford did to Errol Spence. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm not a fan of boxers no more. I'm more of a fan of boxing.
I understand. But Tim, let me speak on something, because I think you was in the background when I said this. Take Devin Haney, and I said this a few minutes before you got on. Devin Haney has the reach advantage, the height advantage,
yep,
the weight advantage, the speed advantage, hands and feet, and he also has the snack program.
I was listening to all that.
And he also has the snack program where he has recovery, punch resistance, and great stamina. And this is his biggest payday of all time if you add up his last 4 or 5 fights to one fight against Tank. Why not go and fight him now?
You was right. You was on point with all that. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. I feel like Tank don't eat. Maybe that's just what Devin Haney to up that level. I ain't know. Maybe Tank don't need all that. But if Tank did snacking all that, we'd probably be having. I don't know. It might be unfair to people thinking. People might think that's unfair. But you're right. You got a point right there. I can't even argue with you.
But
I feel like it'd be more
advantages
fair at 140 though. Like, it'd be more fair, like, as far as like him being able to even withstand a punch. and deliver one. Because we seen when
Understood.
Linares wobbled him. Linares wobbled him. Lomachenko was doing his thing. And at 140, it seemed like he can just absorb it way better. And we seen Tank at 140. I feel like Tank, I ain't going to lie, Tank is like probably my second favorite fighter, if not the first. But I think Tank is nervous to go to 140 from previous stuff he said about Mario Barrios. Like, man, 40, he was like nervous on getting hit by 140 and him hitting the 140. But I think he needs to just put some more faith into himself and go on and knock everybody. I think he'll knock everybody out at 140. All right. I don't feel like nobody at 140 gonna really stop Tank if he really go to 140. I mean, ain't nobody there.
Hey Tim, your joint keep going in and out. Tim, we can't. It keep.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's the signal. Your signal. That's all it is.
Yeah, I think Tank can knock everybody out at 140 though.
You think Tank can knock out the Devin Haney? Because nobody never dropped Devin Haney. You know what I mean? He got a chin. I mean, he never got
chin.
dropped
That's
before.
why.
So,
but people act like he got dropped before off of that Linares wobble.
no, he never got dropped before. So he can take a punch from Tank. I don't know if he can take a punch from Tank. Let me not. I ain't gonna drop that. I ain't gonna drop the Lamborghini that fast. You know, there's a reason why we got speed limits on the road.
Maybe at 140 he can absorb it a little better, but we seen what he did to Barrios, and Barrios at 147 now. So Tank just I think he gotta just put a little faith in himself at 140 and go on and do those jump up. It's gonna look better on his resume anyway.
Okay.
I think that'll really solidify him over Devin Haney, over all of them. If he jump up, knock everybody out, we already know what Tank about. It's just gonna look like we knew this was gonna happen. We're gonna be praising him same way we praising Devin Haney.
Well, Devin Haney need to fight Tank next. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
He got to fight him now, and he got to fight him next. Period.
Yeah. At
Ain't
140
no
or 135?
Huh?
At 140 or 135? What do
whatever
you feel?
Whatever Tank says. If Tank say 135,
Tank ain't moving up. Yeah, Tank ain't going. 135 is Tank division. I can't see Devin Haney going back down after this last performance, knowing how he feel at this weight class and all that.
Well, they should have said that then. You can't go in front of the camera talking crazy like you was gonna go stay at 135.
That's why his daddy saying move your fat ass up. That's why his daddy talking. He trying to bait him in. You know what I mean? To just come on up to 140 and do it.
But if they would have kept it 100 from the beginning, they probably could have made something happen. Like, and I'm not forcing Tank to do a catch weight, but this is my thing. If I'm managing Devin Haney, right? If I'm managing Team Haney, you know what I'm telling them? I'm saying, first of all, Bill, I got it from here. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you. I got it from here. I'm gonna talk to Al because we haven't heard Bill Haney in not one interview yet say that he talked to Al Heyman. I haven't heard him say he talked to Al yet. Have you?
No.
Oh, okay. He talking to everybody else, sending them offers, but I haven't heard him say he talking to Al. So, Bill, since you ain't talking to Al, I got it from here as the manager. I'm gonna talk to Al. Al, talk to Tank and Calvin
now.
And see.
What if they fight? If they do fight at 135, do we gotta have a rehydration clause like
no?
Ryan
See,
Garcia?
this is where this is where I'm talking about. We're gonna fight at a catch weight. You know what I mean? Devin is willing to fight at a catch weight. Okay, Tank don't want to move all the way up to 40. I understand.
Yeah.
We don't want to move all the way down to 135. So let's fight at a catch weight. That's the first thing. Yeah. That's the first thing I'm saying. Why? Because even if Tank come back and say through Al Heyman, we're not doing that. I'm gonna come back as the manager. Bill, I got this. You're getting emotional on the phone with the people. That's why the other guys hung up on you. Let manager Marty take it from here. Fall back. I'm going to tell him. When Ryan Garcia wanted the big payday, you gave him a catch weight, right? All right, so give it to my client, Devin Haney. Now, back to your question of rehydration. We going to need that.
Yeah.
We going to need that, and this is the reason why we going to need it. I'm going to show the people on your screen right there, Tim. That was back in 2017.
Yeah, I seen you put that up.
Yeah, see, you might not get this nowhere else. You know what I mean?
Did you hear?
Listen.
I heard he went up 25 pounds in the Regis fight overnight.
That's possible. But what I'm getting at is, like you said, at 2017, the young boy was coming in at 139 already.
Right, so he was already killing himself back then.
So what I'm saying is, we know that he's the naturally bigger guy than Tank from the jump. Because that was in 2017, and you fighting on guys that's 135. And now, here we are 6 years, 7 years later, about to come in 2024. Oh, you definitely way bigger than 140.
Yeah,
so
right now,
you're going to come in. Right, you're going to come in damn near 160 something against Tank.
Yeah.
So, of course, we got to do a rehydration to make it fair. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know that some people don't like that, but we just got to make it fair. But the thing is, when you the B side, sometimes you got to eat humble pie, especially if you think you can beat the guy and go in there and handle business. And that's the same advice that I gave Terrence Crawford when I first was on YSM Sports Media's interview. You see, I got to keep it.
I watched that too.
Yeah, I appreciate your viewership. I keep the same energy. It don't matter who it is. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with Devin though.
That's true. You got a point though, because he is gonna come in big on fight night. That's for sure.
Of course.
And that is too much. You said reach. You got the footwork. You got snag. Nah. That is like too many advantages. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. So we got to make it fair for Tank as well. You know what I mean?
I think since Tank is so big of a puncher, people probably like look past that part and think he can just deal with anything. But nah, that's not fair.
We gotta make it fair for the A side. That's the whole point of being an A side.
Yeah, to call them shots. Yep.
Now, just because Terrence Crawford got representation and halfway swindled Errol Spence out of it because Errol Spence wanted to fight so bad, don't mean Tank Davis gonna do that. Tank Davis ain't doing what Errol Spence did for no Crawford. He ain't gonna do that for Devin and Bill Haney and them. Giving to their demands. Tank's not gonna do it.
Yeah, Tank ain't chasing no belts like that, nothing. So,
hey, you know why? Because he don't need no belts. And I'm saying that to the people that been on me all week. They've been on my top, Tim, criticizing me. You know what I mean? For telling the truth about Devin and them. He don't need no belts.
Nah, he really
don't need no belts. Just like the bull where the ambulance was coming to go. The ambulance was coming. The ambulance was coming to go get what's his name? World Combat Sports. I told you his ego injury, right? So just like when he said Manager Marty don't have no website, he pulled up on his drone to come at me, throw shots at me, managermarty.com, and it didn't come up as nothing on his when he did a live on me on Saturday. But my thing is, you need a website. Manager Marty don't need no website. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I don't need no web. What I need a website for? And just because I don't have a website don't mean that I'm not credible. So what I'm saying is, and I'm not saying I'm big time enough. What I'm saying is if Tank Davis, just because he don't want to chase belts or just because he don't need the belts, don't mean that he don't have a legitimate reason to say, Devin, come on down here and come see me.
Nah, he got the notoriety. He popping. He don't need
because nobody
like
told.
And with all the sanctioning fees, nobody. I mean, you know. But does that tarnish his legacy by him not having belts?
No, with that show, who Tank Davis?
Yeah.
No, that cement his legacy.
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna tell you how I cement his legacy.
You know how they say Tank chasing currency and Devin chasing legacy.
Huh?
They say Tank chasing currency and Devin chasing legacy.
Let me tell you something, man. All these fighters tasting currency. You know how long they've been fighting? Tank Davis was 7 years old when he got in this thing. The young boy been fighting since he was 20. He been fighting with pair of gloves on for 20 years. You know, that's how long it takes some of these
That's a
fighters to get a
long
big
time.
payday. That's right. So everybody got to get paid. It's prize fighting. It's boxing. Everybody gonna get
Yeah.
a bag. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is we got to stop with the legacy and money. All of them fighting for money. Ain't not one professional fighter getting in that ring talking about, oh, I just got punched in the face for volunteer work. The judge,
They be
I never
saying,
heard, I never heard a boxing judge once say, you know what? Because you're in trouble with the law for community service, we're going to have you as a professional boxer get in the ring in a professional fight where people's paying for tickets and pay-per-view buys and ancillary rights, closed circuits, licensing fees, and everything else. And because you on probation, you ain't going to get paid. Where they do that at? This
yeah,
is
nah,
not
it ain't.
community service.
Nah. I mean, they still gonna get paid, you know.
So that's what I'm saying. We all are in the business to make money. So nobody's getting in the ring fighting for free. So when I hear people talk this legacy stuff, we got to stop with that. Now, the
That's because
question be
they talk about the sacrifices Devin made by going to
all these fighters,
Australia.
listen, man, all of the fighters, whether they got winning records, losing records, A side, B side, all fighters should be respected because they all make sacrifices. Every last fighter that became a professional, they all have made sacrifices. Some have went
Yes,
farther than others with their talent and commitment level. You know what I mean? But they all should be applauded and commended for being professional boxers. All
yeah,
of them.
of course, yeah, of course,
They
hell
all
yeah,
make sacrifices. Let me tell you, man, I done managed a couple of fighters who I ain't gonna go there. You might have seen them on TV, right? But the whole
yeah,
time you didn't know they was working at UPS overnight. You feel me?
shit,
It be
yeah,
like that sometime. A lot of these fighters
yeah.
have day jobs and they professionals. So we got to give these guys credit. They all make the sacrifices. All of them. They make
Everybody ain't
sacrifices.
getting that big money like we may seem, like we may think they is, just because they professional fighters.
That's correct. And the ones that's getting the big money, you know how much sacrifice they had to make? You know how many managers and promoters had to put money behind them? See, everybody
Hmm.
looking at, oh man, 15 million, 20 million. What about how much money the manager lost to move that fighter up in the rankings, to get a championship title shot and win it and then become a pay-per-view star? Yeah, see,
Yeah,
everybody
that
got to
stuff us
remember,
fans don't think about. That stuff the fans
yeah.
like us on the outside don't think about. We just watching the fighters train and fight.
This is why I got the YouTube channel to educate the public on these things that most people don't know about, or they might know about it, but they don't bring it out in certain circumstances like right now. This is a time to
Yeah,
bring that out. Devin
yeah.
Haney been fighting for over 20 years, 15, I don't know, I think like 15 years.
I think
Might
he's been
not been
going since like 7'2".
see, come on, this young boy, and he what, 25? That's almost 20 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So if
That's why he
somebody
looked like that against Regis.
listen, man, if somebody pays Devin Haney 1.5 million, he earned that money. 1.5 million dollars is nothing to sneeze at. Let me do the math on that real quick. If the American citizen makes $50,000 a year at a 9 to 5, it will take them 30 years to accumulate and gross $1.5 million. Do the math. $50,000 annual salary, multiply that by 30 years. 1.5 million. So Devin Haney can make 1.5 million by doing 36 minutes worth of work in a boxing ring when it's going to take you 30 years to accumulate that same amount. You got to give these young guys credit.
Yeah, you do, boy. That's crazy.
That's
I'm
how I
work
break the
right
business
now.
down. Now, let me get your take on these two questions, and I'm gonna let you get back to work. Number one, is Devin Haney a star or superstar in your opinion?
I feel like he, after that last performance, I don't know, man. I think he a superstar for real now. A lot of people starting to know about him. You know, you ask questions about him, people know who he is. I be asking questions because not too many people really into boxing like they used to be. So a lot of boxers be unknown. They know about Devin Haney maybe because of Lomachenko, but yeah, I feel like he's a superstar.
Okay, now you know superstars up there and stars down here. So give me some reasons why you think he's a superstar, in your opinion.
Uh, I mean, because of everything he accomplished. He,
Okay.
he 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 became undisputed, and he took like a super. He took a bad pay cut on that trip, and he had to go to his promoter. He did a lot to earn that superstar spot. I feel.
All right,
I
time out
honestly
right
feel
there.
like
Go ahead, I'm listening.
I feel like he did more than Tank did. He just don't got the notoriety Tank got like Floyd Mayweather behind him to make him that big giant star. You know. I feel like if Mayweather was behind Devin Haney, he'll be in the same position as Tank
Okay.
without the knockouts.
Okay. Well, before I ask you my second question, I didn't want to cut you off, man. You said that he took a pay cut. You said Devin Haney took a pay cut?
I mean, that's what he said. He said he offered Shakur 25%. He only got 22% to go to Australia under his promoter and all that, and he had to give him a rematch in Australia with the
Who
same
agreed to those
22.
terms?
You right. He agreed to him. That's
No, no,
something
no.
that
I said no, no. Hear me good. Who agreed to those terms?
Devin Haney
And who else?
and his daddy. Yeah. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I heard Mayweather say, but you can't do that. You can't be mad if somebody else don't do it just because you did it. And he right, you know.
You
People
know
just
why they
probably
did that? You know why they did that?
to earn some respect, to just prove they can do it.
Nope. Let me tell you why. Because he's not a superstar.
You right?
That's why they did that. You understand?
That's another
Now this
reason,
is
yeah.
not hating. This is not hating on the young boy. But I'm just saying though, I'm watching these business moves that's being applied, and I need answers. I need answers from the business because everybody keeps saying certain people who are good business. I hear it all the time. Bill Haney's a good business person. They keep saying, "Oh, he's a good businessman." That's what
Yeah.
I keep hearing.
That's what Shakur just said it like 2 days
Well,
ago.
Shakur said he's a businessman, good businessman too. Okay,
He
well,
said Bill Haney goofy ass is a great businessman. That's what he put on Twitter.
okay. Hey, every to each his own. But I know the business, and what I've been seeing, I we need more. We need more of the moves that's being made. Okay, and all I'm saying is to each his own. Now, speaking of Bill Haney, let me ask you this, and I'll let you go. Is Bill Haney helping the brand for his son, or is he hurting the brand?
I feel like he helping the brand. He blowing his son up. But he making his son a target at the same time by saying he gonna move up to 147 and look at Boots or Crawford or whatever. I don't think I know I don't see Devin doing that on either one of them. But I feel like he helping them. He building them up. He doing what he can is not being a superstar himself.
Mm-hmm.
Like being a regular person, he brought his son a long way. He turned himself and his son into superstars. I feel like because we talk about
Mm.
Bill Haney more than we talk about Teofimo Lopez dad or any of these other boxers. We talk about Bill Haney almost every day.
Well, I have to be honest with you. I got to call it down the middle, Tim. This is what you respect about me.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
talk more. We talk more about Bill Haney than we do Devin.
yeah. Because Devin always quiet. Bill Haney do all the talking. Phil. That's why a lot of people don't like Devin. They feel like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I be feeling like I be wanting Devin to get some shit off his chest too, like he did at the press conference a little bit. But I mean, that's between him and his daddy, I guess.
Understood. Hey man, Tim, I thank you for coming up, my brother. Always a pleasure. Thank you for your viewership too, man, and giving us your perspective, man.
I appreciate it. It's my first time going live on YouTube, talking to anybody that I ain't never got no response from anybody. I be trying to talk to Ego, to Showbiz, to everybody I watch. But I appreciate you, man.
Hey, man, they all the superstars, but you gave the YouTube rookie a shot. Appreciate you. Salute to you, my brother.
Hey, you a superstar in my eyes, bro. I seen you on plenty other videos talking on a lot of spots. So I don't know. You bigger than me than I think. You know what I mean? But shit, I appreciate it.
Thank you, my brother. Have a good day at work too, man. Be safe out there.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Tim. And so that's why we ask. Much respect for Tim. You know what I mean? But see, this is why I'm asking the question, because people want to know these answers, and I want us to engage on it. I want us to talk about it. You know. So question number one. Let me ask the chat, because the viewership is. Ooh, that viewership done. I see what the viewership doing. Ha! Aaron Muhammad, my God. Quick question to the chat now. Let me just ask a question. I see you, Shiny D. Is Devin Haney a star or a superstar, in your opinion? Hey, Eric cooking the chat right now. The HOC. Aaron, my guy. Listen, is Devin Haney a star or a superstar, in your opinion? It's my son calling me. Hold on, y'all. Come on. Oh, Greg here? My man, salute, Greg. Hold on. Lil Marty. Hey, what's going on, son? Champ. What's going on, champ? I'm all right. Listen, I'm doing a show. I'm doing a show right now. What you at? You home? You at the house? Okay. All right. Your dad need to talk to you. All right. Say it again. All right. Listen, what I want you to do, we got everybody, the whole audience. I ain't mute the phone or nothing. We live and live in color. I want you to tell the audience that's rocking with your dad. Tell everybody how I'm gonna put your speakerphone. Tell everybody hi. All right. Tell everybody what's up. I know you ain't gonna say hi. You gonna say what's up. Hold on. Hey, I got my son here on the phone. My son, Lil Marty, the champ. All right, champ. They can hear you, champ. Tell the people what's up.
What's up, Joe? How y'all doing?
All right, that was my son. That was your 15 minutes of fame, son. All right. You heard me, champ? All right, I'll call you back when I'm done. All right, you got it. Love you too, man. Yeah, that's the champ. Yeah. I got to talk. I got to talk to the youngster. Yeah, I got to holler at him. Got a little phone call earlier. I got to get at him. See, the same way I get at the people on YouTube, I get on him too. But it's different because he's my son. You know what I mean? That's the champ right there. Now, back to speaking of Bill's son. Is Devin is Devin Haney a star or a superstar in your opinion? Somebody said yes. What's up, Rhonda? I see you. All right, hold on. They engaging in the chat. All right, so somebody said yes, he's a star. All right. Oh, everybody's saying he's a star. Okay. Okay, so somebody said Stewart said he's a superstar. Okay, Stewart said he's a superstar. Everybody else in the chat is saying that Devin Haney is a star. All right, now question number 2 that's in the title. As the viewership is increasing exponentially, is Bill Haney hurting the brand or is he helping the brand? And I'm referring to all of the things that we know about Bill Haney thus far, him talking to the media, the things that he say, the way he move, however you want to categorize it. Is he hurting the brand for Devin Haney or is he helping the brand? What do you all say in the chat? And I'll let my son know too when I call him back that some of you on the chat said what's up to him. Oh, G-Man. Yes, I do. Hey, this is what G-Man. This what G-Man said. This the real G-Man, not that other G-Man. This the real G-Man. G-Man said, you don't roll the tape on your son too, do you, man, Jamarty? What? I roll the tape on him too. You better believe it. All right, so hold up. Oh, okay. Somebody said, oh, that was a good answer. Somebody said that Bill is actually hurting and helping the brand, to be honest. That was from my guy, Cash Crypto. Somebody said he's hurting the brand. Somebody said he's close to hurting the brand. Anybody else? Somebody, though, they having a conversation, okay. Got to get the super chat straight up and down. Double salute to my guy, Many Face Publishing. Thank you for your support and your contribution to the channel. Many Face says, Haney is a star turning into a superstar, but he need a Tank, a Tio, or a Shakur. He needs to fight a Tank, a Tio, or a Shakur to elevate him into superstar status. I totally agree with Many Face Publishing. Absolutely agree. Absolutely. Somebody said Bill Haney is constantly being caught in lies, which hurts the brand. Somebody says CNC. I think I don't remember seeing CNC in the chat, but salute to CNC. Says Bill goes off on rants and exaggerates everything too much and brings stuff in private to the media too fast. Interesting. Somebody says Bill is hurting the brand with all with all the capping he does. Wow. Man, they going in. But everybody giving their perspective, so nobody can get mad. Somebody said exactly Cash Crypto. I don't know what Cash Crypto said, but exactly Cash Crypto. You can't be a superstar going 12 rounds with B-level dudes. That's the chat talking. That's why I love the chat, man. Everybody just give it up. They give it up honest. You know what I mean? Hey, that's what everybody's opinion is. Illy Willy, double salute. Thank you for your super sticker. Appreciate you supporting the channel and your contributions. Always, Illy. Dang, somebody said Bill even got Devin lying. Man, I don't know where y'all come up with all this information. How y'all know all this? Y'all for real? Y'all just playing in the chat? I think everybody in the chat's for real. I don't think they playing. Somebody say he's not a star or a superstar. Understood. I can understand that perspective. I think he's a star. I think Devin Haney is a star. I don't think he's a superstar yet. You know, just like Many Face Publishing said, Devin Haney, he definitely has to fight a Tank Davis, a Teofimo Lopez, you know, a Shakur Stevenson, someone who has a name, someone that the casuals recognize, someone who can give him a good level of competition inside that ring. Okay, not older fighters that's in their late 20s and 30s, which we've seen him do, and not fighters who are on the backside of their career. Excuse me, and not fighters who are overmatched. They call it B-level opponent. And the thing about it is this, like I always say, we got to stand on what we do. When Terrence Crawford was on Katie Abdul's podcast or channel, he was discrediting Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, and he even discredited the resume of Errol Spence. And people responded, excuse me, by saying, including me, it's published on the channel. People responded and said, including myself, that it's not fair for him to throw shots at Danny Garcia or Sean Porter or Errol Spence because they have better resumes than him. And and uh and Terrence Crawford shouldn't criticize nobody else's resume when his resume was full of guys that were overmatched. And that's when you start hearing me talk about matchmaking, right? And how important that is for a promoter to have a good matchmaker, i.e., top rank, i.e., Hall of Famer Brad Goodman, who y'all keep hearing me say his name on this channel. Okay? So what I'm saying is if people was applauding Manager Marty for pointing that out, people were applauding other fans and other people that's in the chat and in the comment sections about Terrence Crawford resume, right? It was cool when we said that about Crawford, right? And y'all agreed. So then it got to be cool saying that about Devin. You know what I mean? You got what's good for the goose, good for the gander. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, it's now is the time for Devin Haney to step up his level of competition. I've already said that already. Especially if you're trying to, excuse me, go for all the belts. You know what I mean? If your whole game plan is to go capture the belts, you got to go ahead and fight the champions. Now I know somebody's gonna say, "Well, Manager Marty, he's fought 7 former world champions, like Floyd Mayweather fought some world champions." That's the business of boxing. That's nothing new. There's nothing special about that formula. That's a standard formula in the business. What I'm saying is the level of competition, whether they held the title in their prime or not, the level of competition. We can't compare Devin Haney to Floyd Mayweather. Everybody got to, engrave their own stone and make a name for themselves. We can't compare this era to that era to that era, because guess what? Every era had their superstars, and it's not a handful of them. I mean, let's go back into, you know, uh, Muhammad Ali. There was an era before him, but my point is Muhammad Ali. Then the era after him was Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard, according to reports and everybody else, he made $40,000 in his first fight. In his first professional fight, Ray Leonard made 40 grand, according to reports and witnesses. So just because he did that don't mean another fighter in generations to come that don't make 40 grand in their first fight is not a better fighter or special or more of a superstar or have more appeal or not. That doesn't make a difference. We can't keep comparing to the older generations. Things evolve. Things change. Like, for instance, they was fighting 15 rounds back in Ali era and most of Leonard's era. We're not fighting and competing 15 rounds anymore. You see what I'm saying? Things evolve and things change. So it's no comparison. Everybody got to make a name for themselves. You know what I mean? And then build a legacy after you make a name for yourself, instead of comparing to the older generations that they broke their bones in. They put their time in. You know what I mean? All right. Isaac Green, I'm gonna put your quote on the screen here. Would you mind joining? Can you mind, Isaac Green? Are you available to tap the link? I want to understand what you mean by the things that you said. I don't want to misinterpret your words on the screen. Do you mind tapping the link so you and I can have a dialogue about what you're saying, Isaac Green? That's not a challenge. I'm just asking you a question. If you can click the link, yeah, come on up so we can. Because you said you and other content creators or YouTubers. I don't want to. I'm not here representing other YouTubers. I'm representing, the brand. I'm representing Manager Marty, the brand. I'm representing the channel. I'm representing the business of boxing. I'm representing the Roller Tape Film Crew. I'm representing all the supporters of this channel. You know what I mean? So I just want to know if you, just so we can talk. You know what I mean? So I want to understand what you mean. You click that link. Yeah, hold on, Greg. I'm trying to put Greg. Oh, here you go. There you go. Double salute to my guy, Mr. Gregory Quarterbaum. Thank you for your support, as always, Mr. Greg, and your contribution to the channel. Mr. Gregory says, Devin is a rising star. He actually needs to fight Tio and Tank and Shakur and win big. Bill needs to slow down a bit. He need people liking Devin. Yes. Sugar, hold up. I think, okay, yes. Sugar Ray Leonard got 40K. And that's from an older gentleman who knows his boxing. That's Mr. Greg that spoke on Sugar Ray Leonard getting $40,000 in his first professional fight. And of course, he went to the Olympics and all that great stuff about his amateur background. But I'm just saying. I totally agree with you, Mr. Greg. Totally agree with everything that you said, actually. Oh, no question about it. And the thing about it is, oh, no, Isaac, I'm not saying it was a dig. I just want to understand you because I don't want to misinterpret your words. See, the thing is, a lot of people don't want to hear this part, but I'm going to speak on it. I think Devin Haney is a star, and he has the potential to become a superstar once he increases, his business acumen and improve his level of opposition. Having the right dance partner, absolutely. When it comes to Bill Haney, I believe that Bill Haney at one point was helping the brand. Absolutely. I didn't say anything about father and son. Let's be clear now. I don't want anybody to misinterpret this. I'm not talking about what Bill Haney has done for Devin as his father. That is not what I'm talking about. That has nothing to do with boxing. I'm talking about boxing. Boxing. Anything boxing related. That's what I'm referring to. Okay? Boxing related, at this point in the game, I believe he's hurting the brand. And the reason why I say that is because of what I just said when the guy Tim was up here. And that is that we talk more about Bill Haney on YouTube and other platforms through social media than we talk about Devin Haney. In other words, it's Bill Haney. He jumps on different platforms. He's jumping in a lot of interviews. He's at the press conference talking. When Devin Haney is going back and forth with people face to face, let's say like Teofimo Lopez, they was going back and forth. His dad was standing there talking and different things of that nature. What I'm saying is, at this point, Devin Haney do not need his dad to talk for him anymore. I think at one point it was necessary because it was helping build the brand. But I cannot sit here and allow people to misinform the public by saying that Devin Haney doesn't talk. And that's why his dad still talks. No, Devin Haney does a lot of talking. And Devin Haney talks on social media through Twitter or X. Devin Haney does a lot of videos. He just did a recent video where he's on a private jet flashing he said it was $500,000, a $500,000 diamond chain with a nice piece on it. Very nice jewelry. His watch and everything. You know what I mean? On Twitter, like he said to Shakur, right? I should have offered you 10%. That's him communicating. So we can't act like Devin don't know how to communicate. Did y'all see the face-off with him and Regis? Devin Haney did a wonderful job in that face-off. Wonderful job. He was talking. He was communicating. He's 25 or 26 years old, right? 25? He don't need his father talking for him no more. Because what happens is when his father talks, people was in the chat saying this, that he exaggerates things. He lies. He over-exaggerates things. He caps. That's hurting the brand. How do I know that? There was somebody else in the chat, Rhonda, says, her words, not mine, if that's a her or him, says, because the name said Rhonda. You know what I mean? But I'm saying Rhonda said this is why she don't like Devin. Not because Devin's is not a likable guy or young man, but it's Pop. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is if somebody's in my chat saying that, there might be other people that might feel that way as well. And that's hurting the brand. You know what I mean? Let me get this super chat real quick because I want to finish, not that one, this one. I want to finish my point here. Double salute to you, Isaac Green. Double salute. Thank you for your contribution, your support, and even engaging in the chat as always, Isaac. Thank you. Isaac says, I'll be where I can get on in 30 minutes if you're still on. No problem. If we're still on, Isaac, you can always join in. And I'm not sure if we'll still be on in 30 minutes or not. We're going to let this thing flow. But at the same time, if you can't get on, Isaac, we'll be back here tomorrow, same time. You know what I mean? It's all good. I appreciate you, man. He at this point, oh, okay, Rhonda, salute to you, sweetheart. I'm not trying to be offensive, but a lot of people I notice, right, that don't have a picture on their name. Not you, Rhonda. I'm saying in general, they'll put. I've seen somebody do this before. They'll put a picture of a woman in their little profile, but they're really men. You know what I mean? But they do that so that they don't get any backlash from saying certain things in the chat, or they don't want to show their face when they come on the background of the platform before they come. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I don't want to assume just because I see a name of a female. But you'll confirm that you are a woman, Rhonda, and I appreciate your viewership as always, Rhonda. You know you about to segue me into my. You know I do my smooth segment for the ladies, Rhonda. All right, I'll be with you in 1 second. I gotta finish this point up. So what I'm saying is about Bill Haney at this point in the game, Devin don't need it now. You see what I'm saying? It's not necessary now. It was necessary then to build the brand. Now that Devin Haney has made a name for himself by securing a legacy. Why do I say securing a legacy? He made history in the sport of boxing. His name is in the history books. Okay, unified champion. Okay, he's recognized now. He's a star now. So now that he has the status, he don't need the other antics that's going to backfire on him. Okay, at one point that was necessary. Now it's not. It's not necessary. I'm not saying that Bill should just completely shut up. That ain't my business. What I'm saying is, from a business perspective, to continue to build the brand, Devin, as the fighter, he doesn't need the extra antics. Whether Bill Haney does what he do to promote Devin or not, apparently, if we are talking about Bill Haney more than Devin, then that strategy is not working at this point where he's a unified champion in one division and then capturing a belt in another. If we're seeing more of Bill Haney on social media platforms, interacting with the fans, interacting with the crowd, we see more Bill Haney than Devin Haney, then that's a clear indication of what I'm saying is true. So I'm not saying shut up or nothing. Hey, we men. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is at this point in the game, Devin Haney is already a star. So because he's a star, the unnecessary antics is not helping the brand. We need to see and hear more of Devin Haney. I'm going to give you an example, and I know somebody's going to get an attitude, but guess what? It's not fighters over facts on this channel. We deal with facts over feelings and real life here. Okay? And what I mean by that is I want to play something for y'all so that you can understand what I mean by hurting the brand and the extra. You understand? Hold on, because it takes away from the fans connecting with Devin. See, when you are a boxer, you need the fan base to connect with you. Remember, Bob Arum is on record saying that he encouraged Marvin Hagler when he signed Marvin Hagler. Of course, that was in the middle to later parts of Hagler's career. He was telling Marvin Hagler, you got to start talking and opening up to the media so that you can have a connection with the fan base. That's what's going to bring you more revenue. You understand what I'm saying? You see how quiet Errol Spence was, right? Errol Spence was quiet. when he first was coming up. Now, I don't have no evidence of that, but I wouldn't be, what I'm about to say I don't have evidence of. I wouldn't be surprised if Al Heyman, Sam Watson, and whoever else went up to Arrow and said, you got to start talking more. You got to start engaging more. Have that connection with the fan base. You know what I mean? If you got to talk and call people out, call them out. Say you want to fight the top guys, call them out. And that's what Errol Spence started doing before he got a belt. Go back and look at his history now. Look at Keith Thurman. Good salesman. Good talker, right? He's connecting with the fan base because he got one of these. He can sell tickets because he got one of these. Some of y'all don't even realize who his trainer is. You forgot the name of Keith Thurman trainer. Why? Because Keith Thurman is interacting with the community, gaining that connection. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, at this point in the game, for Bill, you got to fall back now. Not completely shut up. No. But fall back. Let Devin shine. We need to hear Devin speak now. We heard Bill speak, of course, because that was necessary back then. But now that the young man's a star, he's getting $1 million purses. See, this is what y'all can't refute. I see you in the background, Rhonda. I'm going to let you on in a minute, sweetheart. This is what y'all can't refute. Devin Haney is a millionaire. See, when you're a millionaire, you don't need nobody to talk for you no more. That means that the goal was accomplished for you to get the million, right? Each purse, you're going to get at least $1 million. So the goal was accomplished. But now that the goal was accomplished, it's different levels to this thing here. Now we're another level, fall back, let the young man get that shine. Gotta let him get the shine. Now, I'm going to say this and I'm going to let Rhonda on. I was on the phone with a homie of mine, my homegirl. She might be watching right now. And she disagreed with me because she's a Devin Haney fan, which is cool. When I spoke on what I'm talking about publicly, I had a private conversation on it. And she said, well, what about Robert Guerrero's father? What about Angel Garcia and Danny Garcia? And what about Teofimo Lopez and Teofimo Lopez Sr.? And you know what I told her? You know what I told her? You just mentioned all Hispanic fighters. They need to do that. Until they get to a certain level, same thing I'm saying about Devin Haney, when it's not necessary anymore. And guess what? When it wasn't necessary no more, you ain't got to take my word for it. Danny Garcia started talking a little more. And guess what PBC told his pop to do? We're going to cut your mic off. Wonder why? Because we don't need the antics anymore. It's hurting the brand. I'm not coming at Danny, you know, I love Danny. You already know how I feel about Danny, It's my guys. But I'm just saying, at some point, when your fighter is a millionaire already, when they're a star already, when they know how to communicate on Twitter and jumping in people's faces, they don't need the antics no more. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, Rhonda, where you go, sweetheart? Rhonda, come on back up here, Rhonda, please. I'm about to click Rhonda on. Rhonda left. Yeah, Keith Thurman's time is up, but what I'm saying is he still got that mouthpiece. He know how to communicate with the people. He know how to connect with the people, make you buy them tickets. He know how to talk his talk. On YouTube, you know what I mean? In interviews, Keith Thurman does a wonderful job. On a headset, when he's commentating, that's still connecting with the people. You know what I mean? Where Rhonda at? Rhonda, can you come? Hold on, Mr. Greg. I'm going to let you on. Hold on for a second. Rhonda, can you come back up here, please, sweetheart? Come on back up here. I seen you in the background, but I didn't want to get distracted because you know what happens, Rhonda, right? If I bring a woman up here, you know everybody going to listen to y'all. So I want to make sure you get all the airtime and coverage that you need and that you deserve. I don't want nobody to interrupt you. That's why I wanted to finish my point. Where's Rhonda at, y'all? Somebody tell Rhonda, please come. Manager Marty said, come on back up here, Rhonda, okay? You know I wouldn't be begging. You know I don't beg nobody. I'm just saying, Rhonda, come on up here. That's all I'm saying, Rhonda. We need to hear from you, Rhonda. Because Ronda know her boxing now. Y'all see how she be chatting. Listen, Ronda know her stuff now. We want to hear from Ronda what she think. Double salute to my guy, Toon. Always a pleasure. Thank you for your support and contribution, Toon. Toon says, Devin has no personality. He needs Bill. But listen, he has personality, though, Toon. The young man is flossing on a private jet with $500,000 chain and a watch and a piece. The young man dressed, he got a nice little babe on his hip, his woman. I don't know if that's his wife or his girlfriend or whatever like that. You know what I mean? All that, you got to add all that with it. That's personality. You walking around with a nice, beautiful woman. You got jewelry on. You're dressed. You know what I mean? Your dress game is up to par. You know how to talk trash. Like he was talking trash in that face talk with Regis. That's how he be talking sometimes. He connect on Twitter. Oh, he got personality. Devin, oh yeah, he can talk. He can yeah. Oh yeah. And not saying that you always gotta talk trash. I'm just saying in general. You know what I mean? I don't think he needs Bill as much as people think he do. Because you know why? Because we're talking more about Bill the trainer than the father. He's not the fighter. The fighter got to get the shine. You know what I mean? Let me see my man Greg up here. Mr. Greg, how you doing today, sir?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good, man.
Speaking about Devin, I think they're missing some opportunities, some commercial opportunities about Devin. Devin got the image that he's kind of fighting against. The boy next door image that he has. What Bill should be doing now is working behind the scenes to get him commercial endorsements. That's my opinion. They should be trying to get him a Pepsi commercial, Sprite commercials, those kind of things. That's what Bill should be doing at this point. Devin is already there where we can talk to him. Bill needs to fall back because he's going to get people starting to dislike Devin for all his antics. It's no more, as you said, it's no more use for that. They should now be working on building Devin's bankroll for when he's no longer in boxing. Devin should be calling out Tank and be ready to fight him, Shakur and Tio. If he beats those 2 or 3, that's when, to me, he'll become a superstar. He's a rising star right now. And had he had fought I can't think of his name right now, but maybe if he just fought Garcia. If he had fought him, maybe, we'd have been thinking a little bit more about that his last fight than say who he last fought. So it's just a matter of now that they at that crucial point to me where, okay, all the moves have to be good, but big moves at the same time. Let Devin engage with the fans, become a fan. I'd also like to see some of these fighters who are making this kind of money, instead of flashing the $500,000 chain, to be standing on some land they just bought and talk to the fans about that. I like to see those fans. I like to see him sitting in the office with an investment broker talking about how we're going to move this money around, and let the fans who see all the flash also see the smart moves with the cash. That can be a trend too, and that's something that he can start too. But he don't have to try to fight against his image. Sometimes they try to make him look like he from the street and all that kind of stuff. It's not even necessary. We're going to decide who you are based on how we engage with you anyway. So you don't have to pretend and people start saying you're fake, you're phony, you're not really that dude, this, that, and the other. We should see some other stuff we don't see. Everybody done seen the private jets and the jewelry and the clothes. We constantly see that stuff. Let's see some smarter moves too, so we can say, well, Devin is a smart dude. He uses his money, because that's what they're saying about Mayweather now. He already did the jet and stuff. Now we're seeing his big moves. Devin is in the position to do that now. So that's what I think Bill should be doing. Needs to be quiet and, let Devin go in and do his thing. That's all. That's what should be happening. But he definitely got to fight those 3 guys, and he needs to do those very soon for him to become a superstar. I mean, even with Terrence, and I'm a fan, as you know, but he didn't become who he was where people could see him more until that one major fight. It was just a one major fight, but Spence had been built up nicely. The other Tank's been built up nicely, so that would be a great fight. But Devin needs two, I think. I think he needs Tank and Tio. And like I said, you can throw Shakur in there, but those two first. If he beats both of those, we would not be questioning whether he's a superstar or not. So that's what I wanted to get in because I was saying, why is Devin not doing that? Why is Bill as smart as he seems to be? And he may be doing that. But I'd be sitting in the corporate offices of all those major corporations trying to get my son those millions. I'd be sending him somewhere where he could learn to talk. So, life after boxing, he's commentating. Maybe put him in little small venues where he just comes in and talks 1 or 2 minutes while he develops. That's what Bill should be doing now. That's what we'll see more of Devin. All this other stuff that Bill's doing, making people mad, talking about him, and we talking about him. So it's gonna come back on Devin. Your father lying, you lying too, blah blah blah. He don't, and they could change that. They can change that. But that's kind of my feeling about it.
Yeah. I totally agree. And it's crazy because I was talking to a good friend of mine just yesterday, and I said the same exact thing. When it because that's my lane, finances and taxes
Mm-hmm.
and credit, and that's my lane. And so when I see the young guys with the chain and everybody want to be, a big baller, if you spend 500,000 on the chain, I never tell a grown man what to do with his money. But if you can spend $500,000 on a chain, you can spend 250,000 a piece for two major apartment buildings for 3 million a piece. And that's just the down payment I'm talking about, 250 a piece. I can help you get that. But you having a chain on and flashing, well, we've seen that already. You had enough chains. You got enough jewelry already. You got everything that you needed. I mean, think about this. He made 1.2 or 1.3 million in his last fight with Lomachenko. And that was in May.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got another payday. You know what I mean? So now we got to see what else you guys are doing to build the brand without the antics.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to hear more from Devin. Devin has to shine. He's the fighter, okay? And it's good if his dad, clarifies certain things, but everything don't need a response. We need to hear Devin speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
We need to hear Devin at the press conference without being interrupted by his father. We need to see Devin Haney connect with the community, with the fan base. That's just the truth. And when I believe that once he start communicating with the fan base, when he start coming out, being a little bit more favorable with his tone, I think the casuals and the other ethnic groups that got the big money, they will start buying more into Devin Haney. Because we got to keep it all the way 100, Mr. Greg. We haven't seen Devin Haney make a lot of noise outside of the West Coast. He does good in Vegas and California, and that's cool. But he's a star now. And in order for him to be that superstar, he has to sell out at other venues or at least be exposed to them. You know what I mean? To get the opportunity to sell out. And we need to see more of that. So all of the antics and the lying and the gaslighting and the manipulative tactics and all that, and then the throwing shots at people, putting people down, discrediting other fighters. And these are things that people are saying his dad has done.
Yeah.
That's not necessary anymore. It wasn't
Does
necessary
he
from
have,
the beginning. But
does
it's
he
not
have
necessary.
any PR people that you know of?
I don't think so. I
Yeah.
don't think so. But once again, I don't know. I mean, I think
Okay.
Bill Haney is the PR guy. I would assume. I don't know if they have a publicist telling Bill what to say. I'd be more inclined to believe that they don't. And Bill Haney, he's his own person.
Well,
So
Bill knows his son and he knows what that image really is. Bill should not fight against that image. He should be running over to corporate America and get as many deals as he can for his son. Have his son talk the talk, that he got to talk. He can still be a fighter. We can still see his work in the ring. But have don't fight against your son's image. That's how people see him. So make it work for you. It's no use trying to pretend. We know you got skills. That's all that matters. I wish they would get the PR people that they need. Find little local talk shows to go on. Get some foundations started. Get yourself out there with people who see who you are and they'll begin to, okay, I like what he's doing. Let me go see one of his fights. Okay, I see how he is. Uh, a company might say, hey, we like that image over there. Hey, we got $1 million contract or 2, 3, whatever the amount is. But that's what Bill should be doing now, as opposed to pissing everybody off like he seems to be doing with the way he's done things. So I hope that you all in the, like your show and other shows, will start getting that message across to Bill. Maybe he might be planning to do that, but it doesn't appear to be right now. Yeah, so that's going on. But
double salute to Terrence. Thank you for the cash app. Appreciate you so much for your contribution. You're right, Mr. Greg. I didn't want to cut you off.
no, I got you. No.
But here's the thing, right? And I have to say this, and I'm trying to find the comment. And I put it on the screen a few seconds ago. Let me see. Let me see. One thing. Let's do it this one here. So T Holmes, I don't recall seeing you in the chat before. You may have been here before. You're more than welcome to click the link as well. I know we're about to jump off soon, but you're more than welcome to click the link, and I would like to hear your perspective, so I won't misinterpret what your words say. But T Holmes said, Devin and Bill are a great visual. Young black kids need to see them. Tank and his Pookie crew are bad for society. I want to clarify something. I don't even want to deal with the entire comment. I just want to deal with young black kids. And we got to keep it 100. You got to stand on what you say and stand on what you do. A lot of times we have people in our community. Now, I have people all over the world that watches me, outside of America. So this is not towards anyone outside of the American culture. I am only talking about people that are inside of the American culture, because we know the American culture, and inside of the black community, inside of the American culture. We can't have it both ways. We can't be an activist on Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we want to be a gangster. It don't work like that. So the whole black community and the black kids, let's be clear on something. We know that Bill Haney did a good job with Devin Haney by moving him out there where he moved him out, putting him in private school, putting him in boxing. Great. But what I'm talking about is we can't try to act like just because we see father and son that because we're black, we can't hold people accountable because they're black too. Mm-hmm. The bottom line is this. I don't want to hear social activism when you got Devin Haney and Bill Haney using the N-word in front of a white man like Eddie Hearn at press conferences, talking to other black guys sitting across from them. You understand? So what I'm saying is, if we're going to be the public image of black activism, you got to be that way all the way. Mm-hmm. And I always say that. This is not nothing new now. This is when you one way, you got to be that way all the way. Be consistent with who you are. So if you gangster, or you want to talk gangster, and you want to act like you from the streets and all that, then when the pressure come on you, you got to deal with it. So I don't want to hear that, oh, they're black father and son. We know that they're black. We get that. But I'm saying the antics that they're doing, that's not righteous. We got to call them out on it, black or not. That's all I'm saying, Mr. Greg. That's my take on that.
I agree with you, because I just said I think Bill's going to mess around and put his son in the position where, like I say, he going to write a check that his son can't cash from running his mouth. We know what Bill's history is. He put it out there. Okay, y'all have elevated from what you did as a young man and what the price you had to pay. We all don't have to pay a price in life, and then we got to move on to make sure our sons don't have to pay those same prices. So if that's what your thinking is, that's why I'm saying stop all this, Bill. You smart enough to know you in this game of boxing. You got to play it better than this. You're trying to move your son up. He got the image that could actually do something for him, and he has the skills that he can do something in the ring. So you got, really, in my opinion, the best of both worlds if you don't screw it up.
Yeah.
You do something great for your son. And like I said, I like to see Devin do some of those other things that young black males who going to relate to him more than they would relate to me or older guy. They see somebody look just like them who's making a lot of money, who ain't spending it in the clubs and the strip clubs and all the flash. Oh man, Devin buying buildings. Devin invested in this. Okay, Devin done started this foundation. This dude is doing some real things. And they already see he with his father. We got a whole bunch of black men out there, young black and old, whose father was never with them, or father was gone, or father put away. So we've seen all the things we want to see that we always say we want to see with black men. So use that. Make that part of your image instead of trying to still promote this gangster type image, because that always hurts us in the long run. Always.
Facts.
Yeah,
and
so.
and I agree with you, Mr. Greg. And if anybody criticize me for saying what I just said, let me let you in on something. I want you to include, when you criticize me, I'm all right with it, but include this on the flip side of the coin. I'm the same guy that criticized Regis Prograis when he was in interviews, press conferences, and even the face-off, criticizing Devin Haney for not being from the street, for not being hood. He was criticizing Devin Haney, and I wrote the tape on him right here live on this podcast, right before they fought, when he was saying, "You ain't even go to public school." He kept using the way that Devin Haney was raised as a badge of honor for himself to be credible, because he's from the hood. And I was just saying that that's not right, and there's no place in boxing for that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm the same guy that criticized Regis for it now. So we got to handle it and carry it with everybody the same exact way.
And we've been doing that for a lot of years. That's
Haven't we
the other
been?
thing. My generation, same thing. If you wasn't out in the street, if you wasn't showing off hood and all of that, if you was going to school, knowing how to talk, was articulate, you was trying to be something that you're not, you soft, you weak, and all those other kind of things. So and now these generations, that's actually glamorized and promoted to you. Going to jail is like, okay, you show enough for real now. You just got caught doing something stupid and you done lost some years of your life. That's what it really is. But we've glamorized that whole look, that whole feeling, that whole image in music and TV, in the way that we talk and so forth. And so when we see somebody who's not doing that, automatically, just like what Regis did, get on. Okay, you're not real because you're not from the hood. You're not real because you didn't go to public school. This, that, and the other. But we've been doing that for generations, and that's what has always hurt us. That's why you got so many of us who do something or have done something and ended up losing some years in jail, losing touch with your family, seeing your daughters not being out here looking for a father figure, et cetera, et cetera. We can go on and on about it.
Yeah.
But we perpetrate that particular problem our own self. So Regis should not have been. I get why he went there, because he didn't know where else to go. Nobody was teaching him. Don't be doing that to another man. Talk about your skills versus his skills. How you gonna dominate him? Not what his life was. Y'all life was different. So what? But that's what we do. And some people thought that was something great. And then, and like I said, Devin trying to explain himself. No, I dropped out of school. You don't stop that. You don't have to explain it. Let him talk. You segue back into what you're going to do to him, as opposed to trying to defend what your life was like.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Woo! Go ahead, my man. See, that's why you got to have the older generation on the channels as well. You know what I mean? We all can learn from each other. Double salute.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Double salute to you, Greg. But double salute also to Toon. Thank you for your contribution. He said the word contradiction in his sentence, so it threw me off. Thank you for your contribution, Toon. Appreciate you, my brother, always, man. Toon says Roz podcast put a video up of Devin himself saying Tank ain't a real 35-pounder, so why go to 40? But he want to fight at 40. He's a walking contradiction. I have not seen that video. I am going to do my research on that because I love to hear Devin himself say that.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, we got to stand on what we do. Like Toon is saying, we can't say things and then contradict ourselves. And then when someone says, hold up, I'm challenging that, then you come out and say, oh man, y'all envious, y'all hating. No, that's not right. Let's call a spade a spade. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Have you ever invited Devin to come on your show?
Who's that? Devin?
Have you invited Devin to come on your show?
I haven't, but I'll hit him up on Instagram. I mean, I'm not his friend on Instagram, but I'll hit him up and I'll ask him. I'd love for him and Bill Haney to come on the show. Give us their background of their story, their ascension. You know what I mean? Take us from the roots to the fruits because they made it. You know what I mean? And people need to hear their story without the extra
talking
stuff.
About.
Yeah,
because Terry got the same story. You hear a little bit of it now that he's been on different talk shows, but now Bill, Devin can now be with his father. He don't have no beef with his father like Terrence got with his mom. Yeah. So that's the image we really should be seeing.
Yes.
A man with his father. The father saying, I messed up. I got back with my son. Here's what we doing.
Yes.
I wish I could see that.
And it worked. It was a successful plan. And that's what I would invite them on the show to discuss. We can talk boxing and everything else that I said if they want to talk about that. But I'm just saying that has to be first, the story, so that we can look at this as a testament, because we have to keep it 100. I don't want to go into that because that's going to trigger my nonprofit organization, and I'm going to be up here for hours talking about it. I'm very passionate about fatherhood. But the thing is, a lot of us and our community, the Black or African American community, have been dealt a bad hand because society, the family court system, and some other people been lying on us for over 4 decades, saying that we don't love our kids, we abandon them, and that is not true. Now, you got a handful of guys that may have left and abandoned the family, but we have a lot from over 40, 50 years now of good fathers who was there for their children, and a lot of other things, including bitterness from the women who brainwashed the kids against the father, you know what I mean? And also the family court system that instituted laws and established laws to be able to continue to have this breakdown of the family so everybody else can benefit except for the actual child. And the father is X'd out of the whole picture. These are things that we got to deal with. So when we see a Bill Haney with a Devin Haney, we have to look at that image. But what taints that image is if dad is now trying to get the shine or trying to get too much shine on his son, but he's going about it the wrong way with the antics, the contradictions, and all the extra stuff that's not necessary. Now people stop looking at the image of father and son, and they looking at other things, and they like, you know what? I don't care about that first image. I'm not supporting the young man. You know what I mean? And we can't have that because we need Devin Haney, who is a star, to go into the ascension of becoming a superstar.
You know, another thing I just throw the suggestion out, and you can play with it down the road. There, if you look at a lot of gyms around the country, there are a lot of father and sons in those gyms.
Yes.
That may never reach the status of Devin Haney, but they're in the gyms with their sons. Sometimes they got all 3 or 2 sons in there, and they're constantly. Shane and his father was like that at one point. His father was going to work, then going to the gym until Shane said, just stop working, Dad. We got enough money. We can do this without you going to work. But there are a lot of stories like that. I would love to see one of you all somewhere down the road just show these fathers around the country, not just in one gym, maybe 4 or 5 gyms that have been working with their sons. Sometimes they try to live through their sons, of course. And sometimes they just listen. This is how I can spend some time with my son. I can bond. I can teach him something that I used to do. I wasn't really good at it. My son was better. But there are so many stories out. There was even been fighters like Chris Bird and his family, his father. Zab Judah. Zab Judah's father was I think it was jiu-jitsu, I believe.
Yes,
martial arts.
Yes, he was.
Old sons in there, had them in there, stayed with them. We need to see those images constantly. And that's one more way someone like yourself who has a platform can say, okay, we can talk about boxing like we're doing now, but I got another show dedicated to this.
Yeah.
And those young men who come onto your show, who likes what you're talking about, who likes to talk about boxing, then gets to see those kind of images too. And that would be a great contribution for them to, you know what? Let me see if me and my son can go do something else. Maybe not even sports, because we need to get the young men also thinking about engineering and medical research and things of that kind of stuff. We got them in the entertainment part. We got them in sports, but let's see some more of our young men who are being directed and geared and groomed in the academics to be more cerebral as well, because we need to be building stuff.
That's
So
right.
engineering, yeah. Architects, great. Banking, yes. So those are kind of things too. So if down the road, I know you got a lot on your plate. I'm just giving you another another idea to play with.
My man. That's why I
Yeah.
like you, Mr. Greg.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I hope that the chat is okay with me saying this. I hope they're okay with me putting that out there. I hope a lot of men who watching are thinking that same way, and maybe in their own town, because we all over the country, which is great. You all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I got to say about that.
Man, that's a great way to end the segment. Let me double salute Terrence again. He gave the cash app, and now he's with the super chat. And thank you again, Terrence. I really appreciate your contribution to the channel. Terrence says Devin weighed 165 on fight
Ooh.
night. Super middle. Lord have mercy.
Well,
Woo! Woo!
Regis looked like he was getting punched pretty decently.
Yeah,
So,
he took a little beating.
yeah.
Not a little one. Actually, a
No,
big one.
that was a bit. Now he yeah.
He took a big one.
I'm starting to talk like them by not completing my sentences. Yeah.
Oh man, Mr. Greg, always a pleasure, my brother. We're gonna
Sure.
end it together, and this is how we're gonna do it. Give us 30 seconds, and I'm gonna give my 30, and we just going boom. We're gonna bounce right out, Mr. Greg.
Well, all I'm gonna say again to all the men who are out there, I don't care how old you are, take into consideration some of the things that I might have said. You may already be doing it. Do that for your son. That's part of your legacy, and that will always help him as well as us. So do that, and that's all I gotta say.
Thank you so much, man. Salute to you, Band Up. I see you. Band Up, come holler at me tomorrow. Jump on tomorrow. Band Up, he said he was gonna hop on. Hop on
Hey,
tomorrow.
band up.
Hop on tomorrow, Band Up. Uh, Hey, I'm leaving y'all with this. Tune in live and live in color tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all for your contribution. Thank you for the contribution of your time and your financial resources. Thank you for engaging in the chat. The chat was on fire today, Mr. Greg. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Appreciate Mr. Greg coming up, the guy Tim. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody. Before we go, man, double salute to my guy, Joseph Swab. I was looking for him today, and he just came right in. He pulled up in the parking lot, and he dropped something on the grocery bill because the air fryer been cooking all night, Joe. And I thank you so much for the contribution. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, Joseph. He says, stay tough, fam. Keep rolling the tape. I'ma definitely keep on rolling the tape, keep on trying to maintain integrity as I always, strive to do. Keep on spitting facts, and I'm gonna keep on engaging with all of you. Thank y'all so much. I see the time dwindling away, and you was talking about father and son, Mr. Greg, and you did, and I'm gonna tell my son that you were one of the ones in the chat that said what's up to him. But since we talked about father and son, I got to get on the call with him, and we got the deal. I got to roll the tape on him. This is what it got to boil down to, baby. Because it's all about discipline, but I do it in love. You know what I mean?
You
And my
gotta
son
keep it straight.
respect. Yeah, I got to keep him on a straight line. You know what I mean? And so I roll the tape on little Marty to hey, my daughters, everybody, they mom, whoever. Everybody got to get the tape. And guess what? I am subject to getting the tape rolled on me as well. You see, if I can hold people accountable, I'm willing and open to be held accountable too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I know after this show, the comment section gonna be going berserk But everything we said was facts. You know what I mean? It's all good. I'm gonna reach out, like you said. I'm gonna reach out to Devin. They might not even know who I am, but I'll reach out to Devin and Bill, whoever. You know what I mean? Hey, see if they can get on the platform. Let's talk about their story. Let's talk boxing. It is what it is.
They heard of you.
Uh-oh, there you go again. Mr. Greg always tell me they know. Everybody know what's
They
going
know you.
on.
I'm trying to tell you. I told you a long time ago. They heard of you. They watching, and so your influence is creeping all. Creep is the wrong word. Flowing all in.
Appreciate that, Mr. Greg.
Pay off. Watch
Appreciate it.
off. Yes.
Yes, sir. Peace and blessings to everybody. Y'all know I got to leave the same way that I came in. And what I mean by that is I came in with the intro, right? And that's the same way we leaving today. Much love and support to all of y'all. And till tomorrow, I'll check y'all out. Peace. Oh, I can't. Come on. I know better than that. Talking about some peace. That ain't my saying. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty. Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.